Hey everyone, this is Jeremy, and today we're going to talk about the game Texas 42. So Texas 42, or as people from Texas call it, 42, because, we don't have to put Texas in front of it because we know it's from here and we just call it 42. So why is this game called 42? Well, because 42 is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. You should know that. No, actually, it has a different reason. We'll get into that in a bit. So what is the origins of 42? Well, it basically comes from back in the day. There were some young guys that liked playing trick-taking games like spades or hearts or bridge. And they wanted to play these games, but there was a problem. And that is because everyone in their very rural religious community was like, playing cards are the devil. And so they're like, well, we'll take something that isn't the devil, like Dominos, and we'll make our own trick-taking game with Dominos. And that's what they did. And of course, like a lot of other trick-taking games, this is a 4-player game made up of 2 players of 2, with the players alternating between the different teams. So you will have to your left and to your right your opponents, and directly across from you your teammate. Now you may be thinking, how is a trick-taking game going to be based off of Dominos? I mean, trick-taking game, you need cards and you need suits, and you can do it with Dominos? Well, yes we are. So let me show you a little bit of what is going on with this. So we're going to start off with this set of dominoes here. This is an older set, as you can tell. And yes, just regular dominoes. Nothing fancy about these guys. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and get all of these dominoes sorted. Okay, so here's all of the dominoes laid out by numbers. And as you know, the dominoes, there is a number on both sides of the domino. That is going from 0 or blank all the way up to 6. So your suit will be with one caveat on it, the high number on the domino. So the 6 suit will go from the 6 blank to the double 6. Those all belong to the 6s. The 5 suit will be the 5 blank to the double 5. The 6-5 is part of the 6s and does not belong to that suit. We have the same thing for the 4s, the 4 blank to the double 4, and then the same things with 3s, deuces, aces, and blanks. Of course, I did say that there would be a caveat on it, and that caveat is going to be the trump suit. Now, the trump suit is a suit that will take other suits. If you're familiar with trick-taking games, you know what is going on with the trump. But in this case here, all of the dominoes with the trump suit's number on it belong to the trump suit. So, for example, if we were to have 6s be the trump suit, then this entire row up here, that would all be part of the 6 suit if the 6s were trump. If we were to call the 5s as trump, what would happen is the 6-5 here would flip over this way, become part of the 5s, but the double is always highest, so the double 5 will jump ahead of it like that. This would be on the 5s. This would no longer belong to the 6s. The 6s would just look like that. If it were to be 4s, then what would happen is the double 4 would move out here. The 5-4 would flip around like that. And the 6-4 would move like that. And these would be our suits. And it would go the same way down with all of the others. And so you can see that there are not going to be the same number of dominoes in each suit. You can look at some of these, like this one could potentially have all 7. Yeah, it's 7 and not 6 because you have to count the blanks. You're used to starting counting from 1, but you're going to be starting counting from 0 in this case. All the way down here to the blanks, which if blanks are not trump, the blank suit consists of just this one individual domino there. So I'll go over the basic format of a trick-taking game. The trick-taking game will be made up of a number of hands or rounds, and these hands, in each of these hands, you will have a number of individual tricks that everyone will play. Everyone will try to win the trick by playing the domino that will be higher and take over the others. The number of tricks in each hand will vary from one game to another. In 42, it is 7 because you have 4 players and 28 dominoes, so 28 divided by 4 is 7. Now, 42 can vary from one place to another the way that it's played. That's kind of a very common thing with these older games that aren't sold and packaged as a game, that are just played with like playing cards or dominoes. The goal of the game is for your team to get 7 marks. How do you get a mark? You get a mark for winning a hand. So now that I've gone over what's going on with all of the dominoes and suits, let's go down the structure of 42. 42 is called 42 because there are 42 points in each hand of 42. You get 1 point for taking each trick. There's 7 tricks, so there's 7 of your points. So where do the other 35 come from? The other 35 points are going to come from dominoes, whose totals add up to 5 or 10. That will give us the 3-2, the 4-1, the blank 5, which all add up to 5, so there's 15. The other 10 are going to come from the double 5 and the 6-4. So these 5 dominoes here are your point dominoes. If you take them in a trick, you get those points. So once again, 35 points here, 1 point for taking each individual trick, 42 points altogether. So the order of play for this game is going to be shake, draw, bid, trump, play, and score. That is going to be how each hand goes. So you're going to start off with the shake, and you got to have a shaker, because the shaker is going to shake, 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 shake. Now in dominoes, shaking just means shuffling, basically. So all the way upside down, and you gotta shuffle. Every day I'm shuffling. And okay. So, don't do that. Don't let people see them. Jeremy's a bad shaker. How you choose your shaker can vary. A lot of them, it'll be beforehand. People will pick dominoes out of there, 1 each, and whoever has the highest total will be the first shaker. Some people just decide who it's going to be to start off with. Once you're done, everybody picks dominoes out of there. Yes, the dominoes are picked. The dominoes are not dealt. But one simple way to do this here is to have the shaker shake them up, and then the opponents of them pick theirs first, which once again there's going to be 7 tricks, so everybody will end up with 7 dominoes. Then after that, the teammate will take their 7, which should leave 7 for whoever is playing. Now we're going to have bid. So starting with the player to the left of the shaker, everyone will bid. Everybody will make 1 bid. So this is going to be more like spades, where everyone makes 1 bid, versus something like rook, where you can keep going around and bidding multiple times. The minimum bid is 30 points. You go obviously up to 42 points because that is the most. At 42, you're essentially taking every trick. So the player with the highest bid will end up winning. That player ends up deciding what trump will be, and also will lead for the first trick of that hand. When someone bids 42, it doesn't mean that the bidding is over. Unless they're the shaker, then they would be the last one in order. But someone following someone else that has bid 42 can instead of bidding a number, bid marks. You'll start off bidding 2 marks. And what you're saying here is that I'm going to take 2 marks. So once again, playing all of the dominoes down each of these rules here. The suit is set by the first domino that is played in the trick. The highest domino of that suit will win that trick unless a trump is played, if it wasn't trump that was led. If multiple trumps are played in that, then it would be the highest trump that was played in that trick. Remember that the higher end of the domino determines what the suit is outside of the trump suit, which takes all of the dominoes that have that number on it, even if it is the lower number. You have to follow suit if you can. If you have that suit in your hand, you have to play it if it was led. You cannot trump if you have that suit that was led in your hand. If you don't have the suit that was led in your hand, then you can play trump and trump over the suit that was led. And remember that even if you play off, if it's a domino that has a point value to it, you are giving those points to whoever wins that trick. And the player that wins a trick will lead the next trick. Unless it's the last one, then there's not a next trick. So let's take a look at how play actually works here. Okay, let's go ahead and flip all of these over here just to give us a sample game here. Okay, so we'll say whoever won ends up leading. Let's just go ahead and do, we'll say that this guy up here has 1. He bid on 6s as his trump, and he leads with the double 6. The next guy, who is one of his opponents, would play next, or he does not have anything with a 6 on it, so he's going to want to just throw some junk out there. So he's just going to throw this 5-1 out there, which will do nothing because it is not in the 6's suit. This guy here does have 6s, and he has to play one of them. And he could throw the 6-1 out there. But since he is this guy's partner and he has this 6-4 here, that would be 10 points. He knows that this double 6 out here is the highest one, so we'll throw that out there. Then it would go to this player, who would have to play one of the 6s. He would probably play that one right there because that would be the lowest 6. So this player right here now has taken this trick right here. He gets 1 point for winning the trick. Additionally, because of that 6-4 that was put in there by his partner, he now has 10 points from that. So he has taken 11 points from that trick. So he would then take these. He would take this stack. And we'll put them over there by him because he won those. Now, he gets to decide what he wants to do next. Well, probably go ahead and throw another 6 out there, a lower 6 this time, with the 6-2 to try to pull out some more 6s. Once again, this guy here has got nothing he can do here. He's just going to throw like this 3 blank out there. This guy doesn't have anything else he can do there. All he can do is play this 6-1 because he has to follow suit. Since 6 was the suit that was led, he has to play the 6-1. He's going to get to here now. He has the 6-5. He would win based off of this 6-5. And he would do that right there. And now this guy would pick up this one. There are no pointed dominoes in here. So in this case, he just picks up this one trick and gets the 1 point for that. And then he would have to decide what he wants to do. He's going to throw the double 4 out there because he feels that the double 4 has a decent chance of winning. It would go to this player here who, if we were playing 6s as trump, he would be able to play that, except that he has this 4 and he has to follow suit, so he has to play that 4. So that's going to make that a 4-2. This one here does have a 4. He has the 4 blank, and we'll play that. He doesn't have anything else to throw out here. And this guy here, he has 2 4s here. He has the 4-1 and the 4-3. Well, he is not the partner of that one, so he doesn't want to throw that 4-1 there because that is 5 points. So he's going to throw this guy. And this one here would take this And now he's got 2 points because he hasn't picked up a pointer yet. 5-4 he could throw out there, but he doesn't have, a whole lot to do that. He knows that the double 5 is still out there. He doesn't know who has it. We know this guy does, but he doesn't know that. So if he wants to do something here, he may just throw that 5 blank. Well, except that that's points, so he probably wouldn't do that. He'd throw that one there. Here we go to this guy here. He doesn't have a 5, so he could trump in and take that. This one, who was the partner, would have to throw something. He doesn't want to throw that because that's like 10 points, so he would throw this. And then we get to this one. Once again, this guy's got pretty much nothing here. He has nothing useful to do here as far as that, but his partner does currently have it with that trump. He does not have a 5. He does have that 4-1 there, which is 5 points. So he's going to throw that. So now these dominoes would go here, and this player here would pick up those. And you kind of see what is going on here. We would continue on the game. He'll throw the double 3. This guy has the 3-2, has to play that. This guy has the 3-1, has to play that. This guy here's got nothing. It's not his partner. He doesn't want to play that one. He's going to play that there. So now he's got another point. Now he's got, he'll throw this one out there. 2. This guy really doesn't have a whole lot he can do. He can either throw 10 points or throw nothing out there. She'll throw that. This one, he's really got nothing. And this guy doesn't want to throw the points. He doesn't have a 2. He's going to throw nothing. They get that. And the last one here. There's 10 points right there. And he takes it here. He's taken 5 tricks versus the 2 tricks here. These tricks right here, unfortunately, do not involve any point dominoes for them. So this player has taken 2 points, and this guy here has taken 40 points. That hand went really well for him. And so that winning player there would get 1 mark for that if he did not bid higher than 40 points. Usually people don't bid that high all the time, so he probably won with that. For the next round, the shaker position will move 1 to the left. They will shake/shuffle. Goes out to everybody. The bidding goes around. That player ends up as the last one to bid, and so it goes from there. If the bidding team reaches the number of points that they bid, then that trick is over and doesn't have to be played out rest of the way. Additionally, if the other team is able to take enough points where the bidding team cannot mathematically get the points that they bid, then that team is set and the other team has won, and the trick does not have to continue to be played out. So what do you get for winning a hand? Well, you get a mark. Remember, you are playing for 7 marks. If your opponents are able to set you, or basically get enough points to stop you from being able to reach your bid, then they get the mark instead. Now, there are, of course, a number of variations to this game, which is a pretty common thing on this sort of game. One variation is to play for points instead of marks. You play for something like 250 or 300 points. So the actual points that you take in that you get, if you get set, you may end up losing the points that you bid, and your opponents take the points that they picked up. You can play with doubles as their own suit. Some will allow you to, instead of calling trump, just call no trump or follow me. Some also allow you to play Nello or to play nil. To go nil or to go Nello means that you are going to take none of the tricks. What will happen is your partner will just lay down their dominoes and does not play, and you have to play to lose. You have to lose all of the tricks. In that case, you would get a mark for doing that. So anyway, that is what is going on with this crazy domino-based trick-taking game. So did you find this video interesting? Well, if you did, give it a thumbs up and a like. You can go down into the comments section and let me know what all you think about this video down there, and ask any questions or comments that you have. And you can also subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you catch all the videos that I post so you don't miss anything. This is Jeremy to the tabletop, and we'll see you around next time.